I'd like to talk to you a little bit about forgiveness. You know, forgiveness is the one thing that's totally unique that we finally do at some point in our journey through time and space and form. Until then, we keep doing the same stuff over and over and over again. You know, and we never quite get what Jesus was telling us for 2,000 years. And the Course in Miracles comes in and totally reiterates exactly the same program. As a matter of fact, all the Course in Miracles is showing me how to forgive, when to forgive, and whom to forgive. It's a blanket thing. I have to do it, or else I continue to condemn myself for eternity. But sooner or later, we make the step, and something else happens. That's what forgiveness is. Sooner or later, we accidentally step into it. For me, I had witnessed a total devastation of some friends of mine. A friend of mine stabbed his wife 54 times through the heart and everything else, and then blew his brains out. She recovered, died 4 times on the operating table, but recovered, but never held a grievance against her husband. Never, ever, ever picked it up, no matter what. Through all these years, she's never picked up a grievance. I saw this, and I could no longer hold on to my little grievance that I had. I thought it was a big thing until I had seen this whole program with her. She never picked it up. I could no longer justify in my own mind holding on to my favorite grievance that I would use all the time. Whenever I wanted to be upset, I would just pull it out of my pocket and chew on it like a dog with a bone. That was taken away from me. And it's like, oh no, but that was the end of the world as I knew it. Everything was changed. I wasn't totally awake. I wasn't even close to, I wasn't on a spiritual journey until that point. And all of a sudden everything was changed. And I messed around in my own mind, even though time and space had totally opened up. I messed around in my own mind for 13 years before I actually asked for help. And then I found Master Teacher. And I was up in Wisconsin, like within a week of my asking for help. And he was telling me he was my savior. He was telling me he was, you know, singular mind, awake. I debated that for the first 3 weekends up in Wisconsin. And then on the 3rd weekend, I finally realized, you know, as long as I'm debating that, I'm denying the help that I've been given. I've asked for something different. I've asked for a new experience, something from beyond this whole framework. And how was I to know, how could I judge what was going on? So I just let him be what he said he was. And boom, the experience was mine. Of both being saved, I was saved. I was in a new framework in my own mind. It didn't matter what he said or anything else. But since he was the one there that said he was my savior, I allowed him to be my savior. And from the state of already being saved, it's like, of course he's my savior. You know, that was already in my mind. I'm saved. There was no question in my mind about any of that. And the next moment, you know, so that was a major experience, like boom. And the next moment, it's just like, he's awake. He's whole mind. He's in my mind. I must be that. This is how the Course in Miracles works. It's not about discussing concepts. It's about allowing the experience to happen to you because it's your birthright. You're still as God created you. You can't be anything but as God created you. Let it be so, and it's accomplished now. We're one mind, singular, together, whole, with our source, with each other, and with ourselves. Finally, this dream of nonsense is over. It had no effect on anything or anyone because as you awaken from it, you find yourself back in your original state, back in the garden, back with your source, back with your brother, and finally, united totally as yourself. Thank you.